Una. I don't know what I used to myself with my hands. Okay. Hello, welcome back. I'm Una. I do project panning and related content, and today I'm updating my Pandas Eyeshadows project. I think this is my 4th update because I've been doing them a little bit more frequently than once a month, and I'm very excited. I have some more shadows to roll out, and I do have a new pan, which is so thrilling. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to be going in the order that they are in my notebook, from newest to oldest. So most recent to least recent. Okay, so first is the shade Dark Matter from Terra Moons. I rolled this in last update. This is what it looked like last month. And here it is now. There's a nice dip in this one. This is a lot like Faso, which I had in earlier, but that's okay. I'm using it. I have used this 7 times. No, 8 times. I can count tally marks. So, you know, I'm happy with this. I don't think I'll hit pan, but maybe. This is much creamier than Faso, and yeah, I'm wearing it today on my outer corner, which is what I did with Faso a lot. I think this look is kind of familiar. I do this look a lot. I've said it before, I love yellowy nudes and purpley, like, mauve nudes, and this is just both of them combined, and it's lovely. And I love me a bright, sparkly inner corner. Anyway, okay, so that's that shade. It'll be sticking around, and I think I'll roll it out in 2 updates probably, which I think is about as long as Faso took me. Yeah. Anyway, next is from my Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I also rolled this in last update. It is the shade Keeper. This is what it looked like last month. And this is what it's looking like now. It looks pretty much the same on camera as far as I can tell, but in person I can see some like brush marks, which is nice. I've used it also 8 times. No, I've used it 9 times. I'm really bad at counting today. Yeah, I thought I would use this more than I did, but I mean 9 times is totally fine. I should not open and close this when I'm talking. It's very loud. Anyway, I mean, it's a nice shade. I do find it's a little bit less versatile than the shade that I have pan on in this, which is Swarm, just because it's darker, it's a little bit more pigmented, and yeah, I definitely won't hit pan on this project, but I will keep using it. Maybe I could roll it out next update if I start doing a lot of yellow, but most likely it'll be another couple updates, but that's fine. I'm happy with it. Okay. More excitingly is the shade Libra, which I rolled in 2 updates ago, I believe. This was basically brand new when I rolled it in. It's a single from ColourPop. This is what it has been looking like, what it looked like last month. And here it is today, and we have a pan. I don't know if I can make it, there we go, shine for you. I'm so excited about this. I mean, I kind of knew that I would hit pan because just based on the formula I knew I was kind of making progress, but it's still so nice to see. I did not use this shade like at all before I rolled it into this project, and it's been nice. It's just like a nice, easy, peachy shade. It's got a very soft formula. It's very easy to blend out. I have it all in my crease today, which is mostly how I've been wearing it. I just basically use this to start like every look that I've done. And you can tell because I've used it 44 times, which is a lot in 2 updates. That's basically every day. I think maybe there were a couple times I didn't use it, especially if I did my makeup like twice in one day, or if I did a look with a blue. Sometimes I didn't use this, but pretty much every day I use this shade in pretty much every look I did. And yeah, I actually hit pan in 43 uses, and then I used it 1 more time today. But yeah, I'm so excited this is rolling out. I think I will for now put it back in its cute little packaging that it came in, because it got some good use, and so it can be in its old home again in here now with a pan. So yeah, that's rolling out, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy. Okay, the next shade is from my Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette, and this shade is not a surprise at all because I had 17 uses on it last month. Well, and this is what it was looking like with those 17 uses. And here is it now. It's that shade right there, Samantha. Yeah, I used this 26 times. I think that's right, maybe 27 today. I put this away after a little bit, although, I mean, I used it a bunch. I used it another 9 times. But, yeah, I had a look that I was doing before, kind of. I had a look that I was doing last month with Libra and a shadow from my deck of panning project that I'm trying to hit pan on that involved this shade, and then I just really wanted to use some other stuff, so I pulled a couple other shadows into my like rotation, and I focused more on using dark matter in the outer corner, so I put this away. But I got 26 great uses on it. It's got a nice big dip in there, like you can really see the dip, and I'm happy with that. I have one pan in this palette, and I have two shadows that have been worked on in this project, which are actually right next to each other, and they're looking used, which is great because this palette is one of the like hardest pressed formulas that I have, and it's such pigmented and fun colors that a lot of it doesn't look very used, so it's nice to have more use on it, but that is rolling out without pan. Okay, the next shade is one from my Depotted NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This is the darker blue, kind of more cool blue shade. This is what it looked like last month. It had 9 uses, and this is what it's looking like today. I think you can tell it's got some disturbance in the middle. I've been using this a lot. I have used this now 20 times, including today where I used it just to kind of blue in the outer corner a little bit because dark matter is there, which is like a purple blue. I have used this a lot more substantially. I will probably keep this around to do the looks that I've been doing this one more time and maybe wear them in a video because I have been loving this color, which is very strange for me because I don't usually like blues, but I have really pushed myself and learned how to make this work. Now when I wear it, I do really sheer it out and make it kind of almost pastel, but I love it, and I just love this like tone, like the coolness of this blue. It's really lovely. So yeah, but I hit 20 uses today, and so I'm gonna be rolling it out officially, even though I'll probably keep using it here and there, which is very exciting. I'm so happy. I didn't think, I mean, when I rolled 2 blues into this project, I was like, oh no, these are gonna be here forever, but I have really enjoyed working on them, especially that one. Yeah, so that has 20 uses. The next shade is the other blue. Yes. Yeah, okay. The last shade is the other blue from my NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This is the like lighter teal shade. This is what it looked like last month. I had 15 uses on it, and this is what it looks like today. It's got some nice disturbance in the middle, a little bit of a dip, and I have used it 21 times. Yeah, I'm happy. As you can probably tell, this one is at 15, that one was at 9, but in the past, 3 weeks or whatever, I've used the darker blue one so much more. I thought I would like this more, but I just don't love it. I don't know, I just feel like I just like the other blue better on me, and I have used this in some cool looks. I've especially used it in the inner corner a bunch, a little bit on the lower lash line, a little bit in some very dramatic looks, but I'm not a huge fan of this, and I'm not going to keep reaching back into it unless I have a very specific goal in mind, I don't think. So that is also rolling out. So that's 4 shadows rolling out and 2 staying in, which is so exciting, and that means I'll get to roll a bunch of new ones in, which I will do next. I am going to put these away. Okay, before I roll in new shadows, I'm going to quickly go over my pan percentage, and this is including all of my eyeshadows, including ones that I ordered last month but I don't have yet. So, last month, let's see, last time I updated this was the 10th of March, so like 3 weeks ago, on March 10th, I had 36 pans out of 244 eyeshadows, and that gave me a pan percentage of 14.754%. That's how many significant figures I'm using for whatever reason. Okay, today, which is April 1st, I have 38 pans out of 251 eyeshadows, so that's including those eyeshadows that I bought, which gives me a pan percentage of 15.139%. And I'm so happy to see it still increase even though I bought eyeshadows. I hit pan in this project and in my deck of panning, which is very exciting. I am hoping to keep up that pace and just keep seeing that percentage go up. I don't have plans to buy any more eyeshadows right now, but it happens sometimes, especially indie singles. They're very tempting, and I tend to be kind of lenient on myself because they're an independent brand and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's my pan percentage now, 15% finally, which is so exciting. But now I'll be rolling in new shadows. So in my spreadsheet with all of my shadows without pan, I have currently 203 eyeshadows. That is not including the new shadows that I bought last month because they're not here yet, but I'll add them in as soon as I have them and can work on them, just because I think it's simpler that way. So I will be randomizing between 2 and 204 because that's what they are in my spreadsheet, and I think it'll make it easier. Yeah. Alright, I just do like a Google random number because I'm filming on my phone, so yeah. The minimum is 2 and the maximum is 204. So I'm generating 4 numbers, which is so exciting. Okay, the first is 200, next is 157, next is 89, and finally 204, the last one. Okay, that's fun. This should be interesting. I might re-roll some of these if they're super similar to other eyeshadows I'm working on, but hopefully they won't be, so let's look at what those are. Okay, alright then. So 200 is Fairy Acid from JD Glow, which I actually have already pulled out in my like magnetic palette for this month. It is this shade, like this greeny, goldy kind of shade. Wow, okay, so my goal will definitely be 20 uses. This is very new. I really doubt I'll hit pan. And I also don't particularly want to like push myself to hit pan, but that's very exciting to have this officially in a project. I've only used this 2 times so far, but I'm really loving it. So yeah, that should be fun to have around. Alright. Okay, 157 is from my Odin's Eye Alva palette, which I have right behind me. It is the shade Dandelion, which is this shade. It's like a pretty neutral pinky with like a purpley kind of cool purple sparkle in it. So that should be fun. I just pulled it to swatch it even though I haven't swatched anything else yet, so I won't do that yet. But yeah, that's pretty neutral but also fun. I love this palette, especially just the color story so much, so I'm happy to have this in the project, although it might take me a long time to hit pan if I hit pan at all, because these shadows are very creamy, so you really have to like focus in to get any pan, and even when you do, like I have pan in this shade, it can kind of mush back over very quickly, but I'm very excited to have this out. Okay, 89 is from my She's Got Solstice palette by Colourpop, which is exciting. It's one of the few palettes I don't have pan in, and it is the shade Chromosphere, which is this, actually, it's this dark red. Unfortunately, I'm working on a red, my deck of panning. I'm working on this one, and those are very similar. So I think I'm just gonna re-roll, unfortunately. That's very sad. I was excited to work on this palette. Alright, I'll re-roll, but first let's look at 204, which is my last Super Shock shadow without pan. It's Here We Go Again, and even though I don't have it in front of me, I know it's a bright yellow, which should be fun, so I'll go grab that. Okay, here is Here We Go Again. It's a gorgeous sunny yellow, just kind of super bright. It's got a little bit of a dip in the middle. I had this in Pan That Imprint last year, so I smoothed out, wore it down kind of evenly. This should be easy to hit pan on, and also easy to use because I have another yellow in this project, and yeah, hopefully that should be fun. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll the last shade, and I got 38. So that's Samantha from my Moonspell palette, so I'm gonna re-roll again. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Okay, I got 143. There it is. Okay, this is a shade from my Deuce Freematic palette. It is the shade Hannah, which is this shade. Yeah, okay, I'll work on this. It's like a dark purpley brown shade, and I actually tried to hit pan on this in my Pan and Every palette last year, so I have a nice big dip in it. So this should be super easy. I use this mostly as like a outer corner liner shade. Yeah, alright, that's a good one. Alright, I will swatch everything and show you my new color story, and then talk about, very briefly, probably what I'll have by next update. Okay. Okay, so this is my new color story. It's kind of eclectic. I think if I put them in a different order, it might be easier to kind of see what goes with what. I'm very excited about it though. I mean, these are pretty neutral as far as my color stories have been so far, mostly because of bright blues. It's a lot warmer than I've kind of been doing so far this year, and I really love a lot of these shades, so I'm very excited. I'm also gonna quickly like put them in my magnetic palette because pretty much all of them are singles that I can do that with except for like 2, and rearrange it a little bit. I just like literally just made a video rearranging my magnetic palettes that included these paneled eyeshadows, and now I'm rolling a bunch of them out, but that's okay, you know, life's all in flux. And anyway, I just think that might be nice to see how they kind of fit together, and I'll put a little clip of that when I finish it, probably. But yeah, I'm excited to work on these. I don't know that I'll have anything rolled out by next month, honestly. Maybe Keeper if I get to 20 uses. I'm at 9, so it could happen for sure. Yeah, but a lot of things, new things rolled in, so it might be a pretty boring update next time, but that's because this one was so exciting. Anyway, yeah, hopefully I can hit pan on a couple of these. Definitely these 2 I think I'll be able to hit pan on at least eventually. Oh, actually, I mean, this is a super shock, so this is a super shock, so I'll probably be able to hit pan on it too. So maybe we can get 2 rollouts next month. But yeah, this should be very exciting. Okay, so I do have the 3 shades that can't be put in a palette, but of the ones that can, this is my new kind of basic palette. I have a Fairy Acid in here and Dark Matter. I'm also keeping this blue around just for a little bit longer, and I'm happy with this. Although I do think this will be switching up, so maybe we'll see some changes. And then unfortunately, I guess, Hannah is a really deep pan. These are the pans, even though they're magnetic, they're super deep. So it has to go in this palette, which is kind of my secondary palette, but it works quite nice. It's just like a nice dark brown. I'm also glad to have like a dark brown, purpley brown around because my most recent dark brown I hit pan on. So I've been kind of like doing various browns, which is not as helpful for hitting pan. Anyway, that's what it looks like. I'm so excited about this update. I'm so excited to work on these shades and see what I can do with them, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!